Well, hello.
Shoot down
This
attempts to
is
light
Halo
keep your
Reach,
distance.
done on legendary
sir.
difficulty.
Let's stay focused. Watch your sectors.
I am Wolfie.
There's
The
the
last time,
communications outpost.
Moving a distress beacon.
missplit. Last time Reach was in a GDQ event was back in 2012, and since then, strats have been found, and the game has gotten a lot quicker since
Could be the
it's
missing
passed.
troopers. Let's check
Which
it
was
out.
like, I think that the record at the time was like about 3 hours
Put
or
us down on the
something.
bluff.
And right now the record is 132, I believe. 132.27,
June, I want your eyes on the sky.
something
Sir.
like that. And I am the record holder.
Let's go, 6.
It's a
All
bit
right, noble team, spread out.
Watch the approach.
I don't know, accomplishment. Winter.
Distress
The first thing that we're gonna do
beacon
here
Commander.
is a trick called barrier skip.
Roger that.
Now,
Eyes
it's
peeled.
literally what the trick is called. We just skip a visible barrier
Found the
that
beacon.
doesn't usually,
Make out any ID?
Negative.
is not that
But it's military.
very high up.
So we're
It's,
on
it's
the
actually pretty high, but
Why are we not seeing
we
explosives
climb on these
resident?
mountains.
Noble 3. Can you
We just
confirm
jump up
EX
on
resident
top of
here?
it, and
Negative, sir.
that's what we call a floaty, because
Copy.
there's not really any
Noble
solid
leader, I'm seeing heat sinks in the structure. There's a lot of blood on the ground.
solid ground on
Alright,
the
Noble, looks like there's
barrier.
nothing here. Let's move on.
just makes you float. And we're just gonna do some more rock climbing. And this is just out of the barrier zone, so we could barely make that jump. And the reason why we're floating is because there's a barrier on top of these roofs,
Watch your motion trackers.
houses, that
What the hell is that?
try to prevent us from being on top of it, but since it's not that very tall,
Negative.
we can just cheat and right on top of it.
Boss, I see movement
And
outside
this
the
trick
structure. Noble 2, move up to the
is
west.
hopefully I get it. I'm gonna just try it once. If not, then I don't have to. But it looks like I got it though. Good. This is called. Oh wait, I didn't get it. Alright. No worries. Yeah, that's called Falcon Grab. That is the earliest you could get the Falcon.
Noble leader, enemy dropships inbound.
Once you EMP it,
Grenade out.
wait.
Falcon,
You hit a trigger, and once you
hostiles heard.
hit the trigger, I shot a plasma pistol before it did, and so it would EMP it as soon as it dropped. And I think I either missed or probably just got unlucky with the flips. I'm gonna just do a second way, which is much more consistent. Yeah. There's gonna be lots of deaths, because it is on the hardest difficulty, and these elites here, whenever they have a concussion rifle, it really isn't fair, because it's a bottomless clip and they just tear you.
Under fire. Commander, I'm seeing more hostile activity to the northeast. Commander, I'm seeing more hostile activity to the northeast.
No.
Camille, you're with Cat.
Hopefully it
Six
just
and I will run
flips,
interference on the
and
ground.
nope,
We'll meet you at the
got
outpost.
unlucky.
Get to work, Noble.
There we go. This is the only way to get inside this Falcon. We're not supposed to drive it by any means. The game wants us to follow the path down here in a truck and stuff and clear out enemies to search for like Marines and stuff. But yeah. You just
Boss, we're picking up a distress
go on
signal.
this place.
Mayday.
And
3 Charlie 6. Does anyone read?
Found the Marines.
Noble
You don't
3,
really care
located
because
the
we're about to
squad.
do
Request
another
immediate evac.
little
Mark
trick.
coordinates. Solid
here in a second using this spirit actually.
Hold that evac position.
And now
Noble leader Travis here. I have visual on inbound
these ships are
Falcon
spirits
Grab.
and
Transport
they're gonna
in the
fly towards
distance. 6. Hold
the
position.
direction that
Clear
we
LZ.
want us to go to continue the level. And these spirits, I believe this is the only one that is set on this specific path, which is perfect coincidentally. And all the other spirits are very random in their spirit pathing and just pushes you out of the elastic barrier like so. So we can just skip ahead. And I'm supposed to clear out this courtyard. And to know that I cleared it out is that my radar, the bottom left, is all clear of red dots. So, and now what I'm doing now, which is still being out of bounds, I'm gonna load in the previous area that I was just in. All this was the previous area, as you can see. And it deloads the current area that I want to go in, which makes it so that the spirits that are dropping down enemies, they instantly die or get insta cleared. Right now we're supposed to be fighting waves and stuff while being inside the courtyard that I just deloaded, but we just skipped that and we just load it back up, and the game thinks that we destroyed the first 2 waves of enemies, and so it's just gonna give us the 3rd one automatically, and it's just on a timer basically. All this is supposed to be wave fighting.
More aliens on approach.
So yeah, it's gonna set up the 3rd wave now, and it's gonna say insta clear, and also that also causes a kill barrier to spawn in, so that's why you see the enemies die. And you saw me throw 3 grenades there. For some reason there's still a door. There was a door that was there if you played casually, and we basically just deloaded it by hitting the 2 triggers that I mentioned in a Falcon. Sometimes it's ghostly there, but at the same time it's not. It's not physically seeable, but for some reason it's just like that. Oh, I'm missing shots. George, please. A bit slow. If I could land my headshots. Come on.
Flush them out. I've got you covered.
Normally one nade would take them out. Alright, I can make up for it. Yeah. Basically, you're gonna see a pattern in each of the levels in Reach. The fighting during it doesn't really matter, except for the very end,
Find out what we're dealing with.
which is the places that you have to go.
Roger that. Bring your striking.
Over here, you could do a risky strat, which is mainly for ILs, but I choose to casually kill the enemies here if they could just give me their heads.
You've got enemy contact, Spartans.
I hide underneath here so that the big ship that just dropped the white elite doesn't kill me. I'm missing some of these easy kills, unfortunately. Alright. Not a bad clear.
Noble 2 to sword control. Courtyard is clear. Over.
No.
Head for the main gate to the east. I'll brief you as you go.
There's gonna be 3 buttons that I have to press
Target locator.
for this
Any
objective.
artillery support in the area?
Basically
Limited, but we'll
setting
prioritize
up
what we
anti-air
can.
guns to certain outposts to protect this base, sword base. And so we're just gonna ignore the 2 wraiths that
Fuel
are right
station
there.
has its own comms array. That should bring us back online.
And I'm gonna grab rockets. The rockets are for
Air base has an
later,
anti-air battery that will
and
clear the skies.
target locator is as well.
AA gun is to the west.
So
Comms array is to the east. Let's roll. Picking up a power
we
source.
go over here. This ghost is always here, by the way, and so we just hijack it and uses it as our vehicle since it's faster than walking. And that's just to clear all this so that they don't kill me.
That's the gun over there.
Very safe.
Should be a reset control somewhere.
Press the
to get it
button.
online.
Press the button through the wall there. Normally you're supposed to go up the stairs, but since the buttons have a huge hitbox, you can basically press it through the wall,
AA gun is
which is
online.
basically all these buttons. You're gonna see me. Aw, the ghost is extremely weak. That's actually unfortunate. Let's see. Let's see what I can do. Aw,
Nice work, Spartans.
this is actually fairly bad. Yeah. I can't do anything about this. I should have slowed down in the target locator thing. Yeah. Rip. I'd rather restart this run all over again though. Because I can't do anything about this. Unless I do this,
Nice work,
but
Spartans. Head to Farragut Station and get that comms array
it's
up and
so
running.
slow because I had to do it like at least 4 times. Let's see how the rest of the run goes.
Hope that comms array has a working generator. Let's search the area for
Carrying me
generators.
off.
Okay, generator is up and running. Find that comms array. Should be up high.
A rocket.
Some contact. Heading bases. Comms array up and running.
Noble, be advised. Company Corvette moving into position.
As you just saw there, I pressed
6. Get here
2 more
quick.
buttons through a wall. One through a wall, one through the ceiling. That's how big the hitboxes are. We're basically done with that objective. I didn't press it.
Good work, Spartans. Return to Sword Base. The rest of your team is inbound, imminent.
We're stalled in the tower atrium. Cat, where are you?
I just wait until the door opens. And this is the second time I'm going to use the target locator. So there's going to be enemies up there, and I don't want to have to deal with them. I missed. Now, this place only matters if I kill the hunters, then it will let me go through.
Let's get to the atrium. You have to go to the security office.
Alright. I just killed that just for good measure. And now I'm gonna grab a pretty
This bit's hard.
useful weapon that this elite drops, which is also the most overpowered weapon in kill power for them, but is overpowered for me movement wise,
I doubt that very much.
which is the concussion rifle.
Check your target.
Oh, come on.
Depend on it.
And that's it. Normally that goes smoothly, but since I got shot a bunch, it didn't go so well. That plan. And now for this level to end, I just need to clear out all the banshees and phantoms here. Or phantom, I'm sorry. There is a possible overload that could happen in this game because it's a load massive amounts of enemies in this little end part, and by hitting all the triggers really quickly and for the enemies to not die as much. Oh, come on. This is very unlucky. Wow, come on. Wow, what is this banshee? I'm about to run out of ammo. Jeez. That's so unlucky.
Noble team, longswords are inbound and ready to push. Orbital defense is standing by to take the shot.
I'm gonna do this run again later. Hopefully. Hopefully I can catch up. Which is most definitely I could catch up.
Recon Bravo. The sector ahead is dark to electronic surveillance.
Covenant can block our instruments?
So it would seem. Your command wants to know where they're hiding.
It's slowly.
Elite, is yours. Do it quiet.
Alright, so Nightfall, the shortest mission of Reach.
Bad.
And what we're gonna do here is grab a plasma pistol for safety measures. And this level is strictly all about movement and a couple of nade jumps.
We have eyes on multiple hostiles patrolling the settlement.
Oh.
Looking for cat?
Negative. Too small. You're not in the dark zone yet. Engage is your own discretion, but keep moving.
Already
This is
engaged.
extremely risky.
Open fire!
There we go. That's a risky strat.
Look at that.
Normally you die there, but since I killed one of the elites, he stopped chasing in. It actually caused the grunt to be scared, so he just panicked instead of just focusing on killing me.
Relax, I'll do this quickly.
You can do that part like several different ways, but that's one of the fastest. Which is just YOLOing that part, sniping out the grunt off the turret.
Gunfire. Magnums. Security sidearms. Standard issue. Noble 2, we're at some sort of pump station.
And yeah, when I mean this level is strictly about movement, it's about sprint cycle, it's about nade jumps, it's about slide jumps.
Keep those civilians alive.
Give us a hand!
You don't have to do all the fighting or objectives in this level. It's easier to just ignore them. Which is basically a staple in all Halos. Instead of helping your friends out, killing them or
Copy dropship. Take cover.
ignoring them basically is
Okay, clear.
quicker
Let's move.
than actually saving them. Now, I'm gonna grab health here.
Cat, are you seeing this?
Now, what I want to do is grab
Pylon.
a vehicle,
Fortified.
which is the forklift right here,
Okay.
and clip through this door, which is the famous forklift clip through the wall. And this also causes me to skip a trigger for enemies past this wall, and I wouldn't have to deal with the fighting. Too far ahead.
Let us target that turret.
There's a gate to the southeast of the hydro plant.
Copy. Uploading security codes to email.
There. After failing it 6 times, there's supposed to be enemies here, but like I said, I skipped the trigger for it. This is pretty much worst case scenario of what would happen in a full game run. Tip of the spear. Now,
Cat, 6, what's your status?
this one's pretty combat heavy, I would say. You would have to take out a couple of anti-air turrets,
Covering.
and you would need to keep up with the level involved. What I want to do is destroy the 2 shade turrets, because that triggers the Pelican to drop down the Warhog, thinking that it's safe, but when it's really not.
Copy, Commander.
And I wanted to
Go shut down those AA
get
guns.
inside this turret. That's why I took the Marine out. And it takes about 8 sets of rockets to destroy this AA gun very safely from a distance. You don't actually have to go in and destroy the core and stuff like that, which is far riskier. That's what we do in the IL, but in full game this is much safer. And to know that it's destroyed, you can hear the siren of it just like
I'm waiting on you intel.
saying Mayday or whatever.
Carter out.
Control 2 Lima 4. Permission to commence bombing run. Heading 224.6, over.
I want to do here
6, Pelican inbound.
is hijack this ghost,
Once it's in place, head over to the southwest side.
because it has more mobility than the Warhog.
Clear.
Copy 2 Lima 4. Bombing run. Heading 224.6. Permission granted. Out.
Bridge in position, 6. Keep moving toward those fires.
Oh.
Take that south road and see if you can get a better look at those fires. I'll be on comms.
Noble 6, there's a mining facility near your location. Covenant are using it as a command outpost. Troopers on site have already engaged.
And just run over here, trying to be safe, not getting shot.
New intelligence. Friendly forces near the Covenant outpost have sighted a high-value target.
And this is a fairly safe way to get through the BXR facility.
We're onto
Just
something
this
bigger
ledge
than
here, you don't have to deal with all the fighting.
Take out that zealot if you get the
Skipping
chance.
all the
Keep moving towards the
unnecessary
spires.
enemies that don't matter. You're gonna see that a lot in this run. pick up the plasma cannon to help me with the fighting later on, which is gonna be at this little part here,
Update 6.
coming up soon.
Scans show another Covenant AA gun ahead of your location. I want you to
And I'm gonna do the exact same thing of what I did in the Warhog turret, which is another conveniently placed Warhog, and just shoot it with the turret instead of the rocket. And in order to know that it's done, you hear the siren, and we now need to clear out enemies, progress through the level. Unfortunately, I wanted a Wraith here, but it probably fell off, so I wasn't able to get it. I'm not talking about this Wraith, but there's another Wraith that spawns on my right side. I'm just gonna have to do what I can. This is like, wow, my shots are just being eaten. And this is where the plasma cannon comes in. Conveniently placed, there's another one.
Well done, 6.
Oh, and my friendlies helped me clear them out, so I guess that's that's okay.
George has a Falcon inbound your position, Lieutenant. Highlighting the anything now.
Spotted some nasty business in the canyon on the way down.
I'll call out targets as we
Now we're on a Falcon auto scroller, which doesn't really matter what I do here. Except for I have to destroy a certain Wraith, otherwise I just get an extra 10 seconds of this ride, but also I don't want to die, so I just kill everything just in case. Just a matter of being safe. That's the Wraith I'm talking about. Deal with it.
Nice shooting, Spartans.
Stay sharp, 6. We're not on the canyon yet.
Alright, and now we're gonna hit a cutscene here. Just gonna reset the current weapons that I have. And what I'm gonna need to do for now is
Affirmative, sir. Here we
wait
go.
for this cutscene to activate, and I'm able to skip it, grab the health pack, and I'm gonna go to the right side, which is the very safe side
Commander, we've got eyes on the
to
spire.
take.
Looks like a staging area.
Copy. We have your vision.
And
Dots working the problem. Stand
you don't have to do all the fighting that is on my left.
I'm under
You can
fire.
literally just skip
Laying down
over.
heavy fire. Tagged him. Keep it up. I've got all day.
There's a conveniently placed truck here.
Teleporters.
And just drive it. I was trying to get into the door, but
ready to kill that spire.
I couldn't.
We need to power down its shield.
No.
Understood.
The only fight that really matters is this end fight over here
You
that is
find a way
coming
to
up.
the top of the spire. Noble leader. 6 is on her way up.
Get in there. Take out that shield, Lieutenant. Spartans, I'm in sync with the Falcon. We'll pick you up as soon as you knock out power to that shield.
And there you go.
Hurry, Lieutenant. We gotta
That was tip of the spear. Untitled Souls, which is, in my opinion, the greatest mid-level of all Halo series, I believe. Well, besides, what, Sacred Icon, I think? Quarantine Zone. I think Quarantine Zone has like an 8-minute wait or whatever, because it has a gondola ride.
To the launch facility.
But this one is a bit shorter than
Copy
that.
that, Commander.
Move up the beach, Noble.
You'll see what I mean when trying to compare this to Quarantine Zone from Halo 2. It's also a great space fight that Bungie incorporated. But what I want to do first though is grab a plasma pistol and keep the pistol, because the assault rifle does nothing for me for using the noob combo on elites. And so alright, try this one time. I can't tell if I got a checkpoint. Yes, I got it. Nice. I wanted that sniper, but time is of the essence. I'm way behind.
Still can't believe Holland said yes to this.
Some plans are too good to say no.
Alright, what I just did there was door skip. I kind of
Right through that door, Commander.
forgot about it, but that was door skip. The game thinks that we cleared the whole area out when in fact we only killed a leader class and he just dropped down first. And so when it detected the elite dropping down, it thought that all the enemies were dead, and so we're just able to just skip it instead of having to deal with more fighting. Which I only do if there's good RNG, and by I mean good RNG is that the Spirit had a turret on it and it wasn't focused on me, so I was fortunate enough to even be able to do that. Normally if it was focusing on me I wouldn't go for the trick, I would just kill the elite and spawn kill the jackals in front that come out of the Spirit. And this is what I mean by a great mid-level, because it has an unskippable cutscene, which I think the reason is because Untitled Souls was a demo for Bungie, and so they thought the cutscenes were really cool since it's very unique, and this is the only game I believe with the space fight.
First stage engine burn nominal.
I think Halo 5 with the space fight, but I'm not sure. But you're able to drive a saber here.
2, 1. Stage separation.
Very unique compared to all the other Halos. And these unskippable cutscenes make a good break for bathroom and stuff like that, because it's just long enough.
Second stage ignition confirmed.
Alright, so this is the Untitled Souls space fight, the first space fight. This is Anchor 9, and that is the Savannah. The Savannah is trying to fuel up, and it's gonna give up its, I believe, slip space function to help us with the cause in defeating a Corvette that is near reach right now. And for this fight, there's going to be 3 waves. First is Banshees, which are very easy to kill. Just one shot with this turret, it's fine. Machine gun. And Seraphs. Now, they're shielded, and so we're just gonna take them down with the turret and then rocket them, which is much faster than just shooting them all the way with the machine gun. in the most optimal way. And this is a specific lineup for me to spawn kill these guys.
Firing. Good shot. Defensive batteries are at 56%. Hang in there, Saber teams.
And yeah, that was pretty good. And now the second wave is 4
Anchor 9
Seraphs.
UNSC ships. Impulse drive signatures detected. Fighter class. Heads up, Sabers. Fighter on your 6. Rounds away.
Saber teams, use your guns to take down their shields. Then hit 'em with
They
your
even
missiles.
tell us to take down their shields with machine guns.
Defensive batteries at 79%.
Unfortunately, my rockets missed on that one.
Great shot.
So this one was supposed to be dead a while ago. Or not this one, the other one. Alright, there. That was good.
Anchor 9 to all craft in the vicinity.
And now this is the third wave. It's going to be a mix of Banshees and Seraphs. What I really want to prioritize is the enemy count. And it is, I'm going to try and kill as much Banshees as possible before I start killing Seraphs. So, and then that will trigger the Phantoms to come in. Oh, that was poor.
Taking fire! Taking shots from the Seraph!
Yeah, I didn't kill as much Banshees as I wanted to.
Taking the shot. Mark one enemy fighter. Taking fire. I need assistance now. He's shaking straight, shoot.
The only way to dodge these are just literally just to
Leaving the train.
bob and weave, somersault whenever you can. Good thing, that's a safety checkpoint. As soon as I lower the enemy count to trigger in the Phantoms, I'm able to just destroy the Phantoms, and it's gonna send more reinforcements, but it doesn't matter by the time I kill all the Phantoms.
Anchor 9 to all UNSC fighters. Multiple inbound Phantoms headed straight for our defensive batteries. Saber teams marking high value.
And as soon as I kill all these Phantoms, their AI just turn off and they just completely ignore me and run away.
Somebody get this Seraph on back.
So I want to destroy a few that are like lacking behind so that they don't waste time or make me waste any time waiting for them to leave. And that was it for the space
Anchor 9
fight.
to UNSC ships.
You can
All
die
targets neutralized.
a lot in that space fight.
Dock, activating
I'm
marker.
glad it went well this time.
On to Bravo 029er. Noble 5, you ready to go? Affirmative, Colonel.
I'm out here, 6.
Warning. M-spec re-entry.
And this is
active.
another unskippable cutscene, which is good for breaks and stuff.
Warning. M-spec re-entry. Cockpit depressurization.
And there's gonna be a second space fight, which is we're gonna board an enemy corvette, and for that to happen, we need to destroy its engines so that it doesn't have any place to go. We're able to board.
Noble 5, please repeat.
I'll explain more after this cutscene.
Gladly. Only sword base, sector 18G.
Verbal enhance.
Noble 5, your pulse is elevated. There is nothing you can do for Dr. Woolsey and the others inside sword base. The mathematics are determinate. Noble 5?
I know.
Bravo, 2-9er, you're cleared to re-engage thrusters. Noble 6, this is Holland.
Go ahead, Colonel.
We've flagged a Corvette-class vessel on a predicted docking track with our target. Get our makeshift bomb on that Corvette, and we have our delivery system.
Noble 5 will escort the bomb. I need your Saber team to clear the way for boarding.
Understood, Colonel.
As she's already donated her slip space drive to the cause, the Savannah will be joining you to provide local fire support.
UNSC Savannah. Our wings may be clipped, but we've got your back.
I've stuck my neck out for Noble on this one, Lieutenant.
We'll get it done, Colonel. 6 out.
Okay. So, like I said, this is the Corvette that we're gonna board and destroy. We're gonna plant the bomb inside and get out, which is what most Spartans
We
are
have visual. Target
used for.
confirmed.
So, I'll go in the back real quick, kill, destroy a little turret that could actually bother me later. And I'm gonna go underneath it so that it doesn't spawn in or deploy these banshees, so that they're not a bother later. And I want to kill just enough Seraphs to make myself feel safe while destroying the engines.
Good thinking, Savannah. That'll make boarding her a whole lot easier. Noble 6, I'm marking targets.
I could do this out of order, but I always prefer to kill a couple Seraphs before hitting the engines. So I think that's good enough.
Weapons hot.
So reinforcers are gonna spawn in. I think 6 extra Seraphs, and I'm gonna try and flank them while I can. And Savannah's also helping me this time, so I'm not alone. If I was alone in this space fight, this would be probably one of the hardest space fights. Or the second hardest, or the first hardest. And more enemies left, 3 enemies. Yeah. It's pretty hard because there's no cover that you can just hide behind, which, I mean, you can cover behind the huge Corvette, like play Ring Around the Rosie, but I believe that's slower. But when you're getting chased in a pinch, I believe that's an optimal way to go. And wow, the rockets missed the zero. Hopefully Savannah can kill him if I destroy this one. Nope. Savannah cannot even see him. So.
Nice shooting, 6. Dot. Analyze all available data on that Corvette. Find a way inside.
Cleared all the space fighting.
Scans indicate a structural weakness surrounding a platform on top of the vessel.
Without dying, that's actually pretty strong.
Set down immediately on that Corvette's topside landing pad.
Now, gonna be a couple of Ranger elites here with jetpacks, and this is the reason why I brought the sword. It's just to kill them very easily. The 2 that come up first. Then kill this, that. Drop down here, pick up a plasma pistol, and nuke combo the remaining 2. I'll just pepper him. Oh wow, nice headshot, Marine. So I'm gonna switch the DMR for a needle rifle.
Copy that. Halting countermeasures, diverting all power and
Because
personnel
it's gonna
to
help
weapons.
me in the long run.
Alright, Noble. Let's get that slip space bomb on
And
board.
the needle rifle is fairly overpowered in its sense that it just takes 3 bullets for it to super combine an unshielded enemy. Just like that.
Colonel, on our way to the hangar.
Noble 5, meet him there.
But it's fairly weak, that's why it takes several more shots. I was hoping I grabbed the sniper earlier, but Marine wasn't in a good position to grab it quickly. Oh, come on. Wow. Oh, this is just clearing these cards out. I can't progress without having these guys out. Oh wow. The reticle to come in.
6, go for those shield controls.
And I press the button, and that is it for the fighting.
Noble 6, get that Corvette moving toward the super
Now,
carrier. Head for
this
the
section,
bridge. Find the nav controls.
there's gonna be a couple of enemies in front of me, but I just need to dodge them, and well, I need to kill a few so that they don't kill me later, because I'm about to I'm gonna have to backtrack after. Oh wow. I tried ninjaing them. Didn't work. Good thing you fell into an animation. Sometimes you can abuse the elite's animation in this game. So easy to abuse, just back smack. Except for that. Just a headshot. Oh, you threw a nade. Alright. Let's retry that. Good thing I got a checkpoint. I kill those two so that when I come back I don't have to deal with the fighting. And this is my main objective, which is to take over the bridge. And what I want to do here is not that, but I want to kill them all silently. And so it's just easier to just clear that way. Alright, I got all the elites. I just was clean. So I'm gonna throw
well done, Noble 6. Uppercut initiated. Corvette is underway.
There.
6, right out of here is taking heavy fire. Get back to the hangar.
Couple of nades there, cleared out all these enemies. It's nice. Now I have to backtrack to the bomb.
I've got vision. Plenty to go around. Contact. Take him round.
Ah. Trying not to die. Alright, cool.
Good of you to come. Hostiles are pounding the hell out of a Pelican.
Another plasma pistol. Come on, elite. And all this is just spawn killing. On legendary and easy, these are all the same. Oh. don't know what happened there. But I just stand in front of them and I just wait for them to go in an animation to aggro. So that they're vulnerable. That's what I mean about abusing using their animations and such. And that was unfair. And there's 4 elites that spawn in each corner of this part. And they're all ultras. Really annoying. You just either noob combo them or super combine them with Nino.
Savannah did a number on the door. There's no way back up to the Sabres. Level 6, form up on me.
And that was one last horse. Now Exodus. Exodus is a combat heavy level.
This is Kilo Dispatch. All available teams advance to Traxxas Tower.
And this beginning bit
Copy, Dispatch. What's the status of
is
the
gonna
tower
be
pad? Tower pad is
a couple of
green.
skirmishers and suicide grunts I'm gonna have to deal with, and then later on this level is just filled with brutes, no elites or anything. And so since it's about brutes, I'm gonna want the most overpowered weapon against them, which is also consists of 2 weapons, plasma pistol and needler. Needler, 6 needles on an unshielded enemy, basically just destroys them. And so what I'm doing right now is jumping over this gap over the catwalk, and it causes the grunts to suicide automatically and then die, because they believe that since you're just jumping away from them, they can't reach you, so what's the point of even going suicide? So they just preemptively kill themselves, which is also abusing that part's mechanics. And so, bit of spawn killing here. And like I said, the Needler is just such a beast on brutes and stuff. But they can sometimes, for some reason, Bungie thought it was a good idea to give brutes armor lock. And so, can't super combine them all the time, but yeah, you know what I mean? Oh. Wow, that was a bad checkpoint. Yeah, checkpoints in this game are very unfair. I think I should say that for all Halos. Like, you can try the same thing over and over again, and in the long run it's a lot quicker, but instead of doing the safe strat, depending on the situation, that may vary. Yeah, I don't know why brutes have armor. I think I killed the captain. And now, all this just to press an elevator button.
Okay, let's move in and find that elevator.
And I'm gonna press the second elevator button that we normally push when we're actually inside the elevator, but the hitbox is so big, like I said earlier, that you can just press it through the wall.
Okay, everyone find some cover. Stay sharp. We need to hold
And
this
now two
position.
dropships are gonna drop by,
Dropships!
and
Deploying to
gonna
the
drop a few
courtyards. Watch
enemies.
your
And
flanks.
so what I want is to keep this plasma name that I just picked up, and to try and clear out all the enemies, including the leader class. Yeah. Wow. This is so unlucky.
Okay, everyone find some cover. Stay sharp. We need to hold this position. Dropships! Deploying to the courtyards. Watch your flanks.
Let's try this again. It went much better this time.
Check.
Come on, up the stairs. Oh, go.
Damn, Lieutenant. Glad you're on our side. Let's hop that elevator to the tower.
That's all I needed. And now, there's supposed to be a button here, but like I said earlier, I pressed it through the wall.
Cargo ports impassable on foot. Rooftop evacs awash. We can use the executive landing pad, except there's no easy way to get there. A group of ODST specialists are working a plan. They might appreciate some backup.
I'm gonna wait. Open the door. The weapons I want right now are a rocket and DM1. I wait for a bit so that I don't get banshee bombs from the banshees on my left.
Radio's buzzing about you, Spartan. You feel like jumping? You got an extra jetpack.
And there is a way to make it out through this area without a jetpack, but it's in fact slower than the jetpack. So we'll just take the jetpack.
Try and keep up, Spartan.
So we're gonna go underneath these bridges here, or walkways, and to skip all the fighting. Much quicker than dealing with all the enemies. Checkpoint here. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Happened to me in a while. Let's see. Yeah, you can do the same thing multiple times and get different results.
There's the pad. Stand to that tower. Other side, other side.
This is the reason why I wanted to keep the plasma.
Spartan, over here.
That plasma actually destroys one of the turrets off the Phantom. So it lets me go up here without dying much, losing lots of health. Just 2 rockets to kill those guys.
Clear that pad, Spartan.
Oh, come on. defense here. Come on. Just gonna kill him with that. And Falcon should drop down soon. That was just a good clear.
Yankee Niner to Echo Dispatch. Landing pad is clear. Send in the evac birds.
Copy, Yankee Niner. Birds away.
Now, the seat that it gives you is actually slower to get in that one, because once you're done with this auto-scroller Falcon ride, sometimes it delays you getting out of that Falcon, so that's why we go in this Falcon, because it's quicker than
under siege for the last 5 days. Thought we had it in hand, and then those Corvettes showed up. Our fleet's scattered, pulling back. Hell, we've all got orders to evacuate. Guess some of us just don't like
you know, during this Falcon ride, I'm gonna kill enemies that prioritize more and have the potential just to kill me. I can't just take a break in it. Very close. And these enemies don't worry me too much because they don't focus their attention on me. They just focus their attention on Marines. And these Banshees can sometimes ruin your Falcon pathing, but hasn't happened to me in a bit. It has happened where just the Falcon pathing is just unlucky.
This is civilian transport 6 Echo 2. I need to go
And
down, Sergeant Major.
they could just mess you up and lose lots of time if they ever run into you, because then the Falcon, if it's knocked off course, then it would have to get on course, and that takes years. Hopefully it doesn't bother me.
Bitch, I can't watch this.
Fox Actual. Should we send search and rescue birds?
And so for this one, I need to activate 3 buttons to end the level. So to do that, I need to clear this little landing zone. So it lets me out.
Sergeant Major Duval. Awful day so far. Let's keep it from getting any worse, huh?
Make sure this Banshee doesn't get in the way.
I got 5,000 civilians across the bay waiting for passage out. I need you to arm those batteries and fire those missiles from the central terminal. Understood? Corvette's been a pain in my ass for too damn long. Give it hell, Spartan.
Troopers! We need to
Grab some help. Fortunately, all these have plasma pistols. I'll make do. Grab this Warhog, activate the first button.
My engines are hot, waiting for your go. Copy that, 7 Echo 3. We're working on it.
And pick up this rocket that is conveniently placed on my left.
First battery is online. Sergeant Major, Covenant are banging on my bay door. I got families and
grab this conveniently placed Warhog. That's then just me running. Press this button. Whoa, that is a bit scary. Be safe from pressing this last button. This can also happen though. This ending is very finicky. has the potential to just lose you lots of amounts of time.
Now or never, Spartan.
And
Missile
I made
defense
sure I got a
online.
checkpoint before activating the last button, because it can really go poorly and that wraith could actually mess your day up and lose you a lot of time. And New Alexandria, the most random level. This level consists of 3 main objectives and 2 side objectives. The side objectives are completely random in 12 combinations, not 12 combinations, but like 12 potential objectives. And to know which objective you got is based on dialogue. And so, in order to know all possible objectives, you need to play this game quite a bit and remember each dialogue. So, first one is Synoviet. And there's a reason why I took the Marine out of the turret. See in a sec. Or not in a sec, but like later. But there is a reason. Well, I guess I'll talk to it now since it's literally just destroying jammers in these 3 main objectives. They're just blocking communication now, and so you just want to take them out. Alright. And so let's take this rocket just in case. For the worst case scenario, there's a problem if I get the main objective hospital as the last main objective, because it has potential for me to add a little more combat than I want. It's possible to skip the whole combat, but that's if I get this hospital second as a main objective. Right now, the Synovia got the first objective. And the reason why I took the Marine out is so that later, when I get a hospital objective, I'm able to hijack a Banshee without my Marines destroying it too much, or destroying it completely. So I'm just here waiting for dialogue to happen. Sometimes I can see phantoms out in the distance, so I can just predetermine which one's gonna pop up before the dialogue even comes. And the phantom's over there, which is very good. Like I said, the staple in all Halos is killing friendlies, which is just makes this game a lot quicker for some reason. And or the game series quicker. And killing the Marines is much faster than just doing the objective. And hopefully this Marine forgives me. Banshees are so heavy. And I got hospital lines. Okay. So this is basically the worst case scenario.
We're at the Viren telecom tower. Got hunters between us and the jammer.
And this Marine is not forgiving me because I took a Marine out earlier, and that added to the kill counter of friendlies. They especially don't like that. Hopefully this guy forgives me soon. If not, I'm gonna get out and look at insta-kill. Nope. How am I gonna get there? I guess it's faster to just revert. That was my mistake though. I set it down on a not so good spot. I guess I'll kill a few enemies and then I will.
7 Charlie 40 to HQ. We've got incoming hostiles on top of the main Stranger building. Requesting immediate assistance.
Copy 4-0. Noble 6, you're not far from Maine's traders. See what you can do for those troopers.
There we go.
Nothing you could do.
Did he get mad at me? Yeah, he did. That's unfortunate. Oh, he didn't get mad at me. He forgave me. Or did he? I don't know.
Stand by,
Oh, I got hospitalized.
One of our trooper squads went silent after the hospital got hit.
As long as this Marine
complete their mission
keeps shooting, I'm not gonna get a checkpoint, so... Which is what I want. Hopefully I force a checkpoint. Want to check. Alright, I'm gonna just go for it, I guess. Alright, yeah. Damn it. I guess I'll just ditch this guy. He didn't get back.
We've got incoming hostiles on top of the main Strager building, requesting immediate assistance.
Copy 4-0. Noble 6, you're not far from Maine's traders. See what you can do for those troopers. Nothing you could do, 6. Move on.
No. Oh boy. All those banshees.
Stand by, 6.
New Alexandria is basically the run killer for all full game. The fact that there's 6 banshees in line just to kill me actually really like the worst case scenario. Good thing the Falcon's a bit faster. This doesn't happen all the time, but I guess this tests my ability of what I can do. Literally. Technically not the worst case. Let's hope I get a checkpoint here. I'll go for it again. I got it. So this is me hijacking. Hijack or skyjacking. That's what it's properly called. And this is bad. Technically not bad. Instead of just running down and activating the jammer, I just do this instead, which skips most enemies in this part, and I'm able to I call in evac, so the Falcon's gonna be waiting for me outside. Hopefully it's still friendly. And I'm gonna teleport out because the objective thinks I'm already outside of the hospital because I'm inside a vehicle, which is the Banshee. And so I don't know why Ordnance is over there. This usually doesn't happen, but I guess since they're mad at me, whenever I call in for ordnance, it's this bad. Wow. Okay.
Noble 6, we're getting reports of elites and engineers trying to break
I'm not even
into
a
this riot
Falcon.
complex. I want them taken out.
There we go. That's the ordnance that I was supposed to get. Hopefully they don't kill me. Okay, yeah, they're friendly. It's good. Wait for him to get in. These guys could really help in the very end fight. So I would call this level not the worst case scenario, but pretty close to the worst case because I got hospital second. If I got hospital third, then I would have to do the same thing, but I would actually have to run out of the hospital instead of just get teleported. Because once you're done with the objective, the game thinks you're already outside. So. Oh wow. And the last main objective would be Hunt. Is right here. This is gonna go fairly quickly since I'm just gonna spawn kill them all.
4 Charlie 27 to command. Request immediate assistance.
Go ahead, 27.
We're at the Byron Telecom Tower. Got hunters between us and the jammer.
Copy 27. Help is on the way. Nova 6, I'm sending you coordinates for the Byron Tower. Go get those troopers unstuck. This is the last jammer, 6. You're almost there.
So yeah.
Fall back, 4 Delta! Fall back! Defensive positions! Go!
Checkpoint. And this room you can literally just run in and out of. You don't have to deal with the fighting.
Stay down. We just gotta hold out a little longer.
Oh.
Jammer offline. Well done, Nova 6. Head back to your Falcon.
The reason why I brought rockets there is to help the, just in case if hospital is last.
All jammers are down.
Now what I'm gonna do now is destroy a phantom that drops 2 shade turrets, which lightens up the work in the future. Because I'm supposed to destroy 6, but instead I just destroyed 4 in a phantom. So these guys are gonna help me out destroying this. Which makes life so much easier when these guys out. It just destroys it and prevents dropping.
Command, this is Whiskey 3-5. I've got my eyes on 6 long-range shade turrets in the vicinity of the Oni Tower. Copy, command. Light pretty tough on our evac
Nova
burns.
6, load those other shade turrets so Nova 6 can take out those heavy shades. That's the 4th shade. 5 down, 1 to go.
And as soon as I destroy the last shade, the Banshee AI just turns off and just completely ignores you.
I copy, command. Thanks.
So I'm right at the point where it is to end the level. So.
I'm extending the landing pad now. Come home, Lieutenant.
It's just that. Like I said, New Alexandria is basically the run killer of all full game. And so, Package. Package is a fun level. I hold the IL world record of it.
Covenant own the sector now, but they're defending for a major
And
strike.
I'm gonna do this only once.
Eliminate all hostile ground-to-air defenses so the
And
rest
hopefully
of
I
the
have good
command and
RNG.
sword base for the torch and burn.
Which I don't
Keep a
think
low
I have.
profile. We take them by surprise. This will be a hell of a lot easier.
So.
Smart, we'll follow you.
Oh, I do. Nice. Bad RNG is that there's a grunt that is over that hill, and He has a fuel rod, so he can just kill me very easily. So I'm gonna just take this a bit slow. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna take this really slow because that shouldn't have happened. Yes, the stream is live. Just try not to talk to chat. Focus. Yeah. So we use the tank here. Actually, I'm gonna just revert the help. No, the tank reticle's so bad. There we go. At least the tank is in better health. Alright, cool. We'll just shoot one more and clears the debris out of the way so that my tank doesn't get slowed down. And 7 rounds of tank shots will destroy these AA turrets.
Time to go to work, Noble 6. Take out those guns. First target neutralized.
And it's good to note that once you're in night vision, once the outline of it disappears, you know you destroyed it. So that's a good indicator. But 7 is the exact amount.
Nice job, 6.
We use the tank here. It is to do this part tankless, but it's actually in fact slower. And so also bringing the tank is fairly easy, I believe. In my opinion. I can just ignore the banshees because this tank is literally a tank. Just destroy. And I love this shot. That shot there, there's gonna be a gate since this was Oni sword base and the Covenant has taken it back. And so I just have to go over here. What I want to do is lure this Revenant at the gate out. And in order for the gate to open, by the way, is when I shot the 2 shade turrets that were green, and those are in fact the only ones that matter. And this gate will open. Let's try and not to die. Nope. Let's see where this checkpoint is. Okay, not bad. Come out. Doesn't want to come out. Alright.
Falcon Group has landed. Hostiles engaged. Units working on
And yes, I do know RC Master.
Really missing Catherine about now.
That is unlucky. Banshees don't usually do that. This is a very poor run. This is a good example of how Reach Legendary is brutal. I'm just trying to hijack the Revenant, so I have a high chance of living in this next part, but looks like I'm not gonna get it, so. Oh boy. Jeez, Banshees and Revenant shooting at me. I believe I'm gonna live. Serious? Guess I'll just take advantage of your mistake. And this has a higher chance of succeeding than the Ghost. Grab health here. Oh boy. I got melted. Hopefully the checkpoint's not far. Ah, I had to do that again. That usually doesn't happen. I usually live that, but since I missed a jump, that happened. That's what's supposed to happen. Banshees are so mean.
Got it. Gates open, boss. 6, get over here. Cubbies all over the base. Just in time, 6. Kill them all, Noble.
Okay, checkpoint.
Tango, coming from the pad. And the garage. Double time at 6, come on.
Right there. Go over here on this side so that they don't. That was just shooting backward. This is bad. Very bad. Everything's shooting at me. Gone. Never had this bad with the package. Focus rifle. What I was supposed to do here is supposed to rush it, and I basically catch these jackals off guard, and I spawn kill them with nades and stuff. So that was very weird. I was not accustomed to that at all, but I did what I could. I tried being safe.
Where are we going now, boss?
That's what I did.
Please proceed to the pre-arranged coordinates. You know as much as I do.
Now I get a checkpoint, and this is a little statue jump. Just go over here, press the button.
Nearby, Commander.
You don't have to, you just skip all the fighting and stuff. That is not always consistent though. It has some chances of it failing, so repeating it 4 times is not something unusual. It's just unlucky, and
You cannot allow the Covenant to break through the door to my lab.
it's fortunate enough that I got a first try though. Very good. There's a reason why I brought a plasma pistol and a needle rifle, because plasma pistol is to hijack this Banshee, which is more optimal fighting the Banshee.
Noble 6, activate the turret to set up a perimeter.
But that is just in case I want to EMP it. But since it flew in a good little path, I lured it in and hijacked it in midair.
They're landing out of range, across the bridge.
Alright.
I need more time.
And I'm gonna destroy a couple phantoms here and spawn kill some enemies to make my life easier. And it is what you're supposed to do anyways. There we go. Now, guys. It's better than the last one. This is very good.
Watch out for the rain.
And what I want to do now is to hijack this crate. This will help me in the destroying the phantoms part. And also a few enemies I forgot to kill. Or not forget, like save for later for this occasion. Oh, I was hoping they were in a group. Wow. God. I didn't want to lose this much health for the raid. I believe that was it for the second wave. On legendary there's 4 waves, on easy there's 3. So.
Hold on, Spartans. I'm getting close.
Alright. Six shots take out these phantoms and all the enemies in it. And 1, 2, 6 shots for this other phantom that I'm shooting across map. Because it's faster just to kill the phantoms. Because the next wave spawns in as soon as all the phantoms. Yeah. I shot an extra one just in case. And oh boy, this debris. Oh, that really destroyed me. No. Yeah, I don't want to lose this much health just to leads. Leads costly. That missed. What? That wasn't enough. Please stop. I'm gonna get EMP'd here. Wow. Oh boy, that was rough. Race shots to this phantom, so I don't have to deal with the fighting on this side. Oh, come on. Recruits low. Wait, I'm stuck. Hopefully the hunters got damaged, so I'm able to pick them off. Don't kill me. Alright. Last hunter. Alright, nice.
The package is almost ready. Just a little more.
And we'll destroy this last phantom. Because this is the only important phantom that really matters. And then this level ends. Four lasers and a couple of rockets should destroy it.
More company. Get your defenses ready, 6.
Here we go. That destroys all the enemies that drop down.
Well done, Spartans. I'm opening the laboratory door.
And now this level ends. Okay. And now POA. POA is a level which is one of my favorite levels. Reason why is because the very end of this is actually very easy using speedrunning methods, but casually this is actually one of the hardest, if not the hardest, each level besides London Solus and or package. If you're doing this casually, of course.
Transport.
So I grabbed the concussion rifle here because it's the best weapon for this level. Because you'll see why very soon. And now it's just driving. I'm gonna drive on a specific path to try not to flip, but I most definitely will. Definitely will clear. Yeah, I'm afraid of that. Yeah, I'm not gonna take that. I'll just take this path then. If that side. I haven't done that side in a while. There we go. Hit this part. Normally I would hit it at a good angle and then just drive off fine, but it was okay. I wait here so that the turret doesn't kill me, turn me to shreds. Because if I were to go, he would damage me a lot here and I would just keep dying. I slow down there just to land perfectly. Even though it is really fun to just go full throttle on that part, but I wouldn't want to flip. And to skip all this fighting right here, I just jump on these rooftops and I'm gonna grab specific weapons that will help me during the end fight. I carry all these weapons to the end so that it makes my life easier. I wanted to grab that second needle rifle, which I did. I ran away just in time. That's spacing though, for the grunts. Go over here. Oh. I don't want to waste any precious ammo. So that was a drone skip you jump over that little ledge over the trigger, and it prevents drones over here in these caves to not spawn, and you just run through with breeze, or with ease, I'm sorry. Normally there's a couple of skirmishers here too. This makes life easier for this level, this supposedly hard level.
This is Captain Keyes of the Pillar of Autumn. We are tracking you, Noble, and we've begun our launch sequence. Proceed to dry dock, platform D.
And to ignore all the fighting, I just go around it. This is the safest area.
Better be, soldier, because my countdown is no abort.
And they don't follow you, so. Fortunately, the bot didn't spawn, which is a random elite, gold elite, that just randomly spawns if you get lucky enough. And he carries a concussion rifle, which I specifically wanted him to, so I could get more ammo. And I just skip all this fighting.
Tango. I see him. Spartans.
Now I concussion jump to this catwalk to skip hunters, to skip the hunter trigger. And I bring the needle rifle because the needle rifle has, or forces enemies to dodge, and so I shoot a couple of times if I get an elite passing through me, so he'll just dodge and be afraid of me instead of just trying to focus on killing me. I just skip hunters. There we go. I headshot the three jackals. This is smelting room. I have to deal with head glitching jackals. Just make them flinch and then headshot them. And that camo elite, which is very easy to kill actually. Elites in this game are fairly easy to kill, but I kill them a more swag way, like so. I go over here just to be safe. Hopefully. Alright, there we go. Grab a plasma.
Keys to Noble Team. We're running out of time here, Spartans.
Grenade here. And this is the very infamous end fight.
What's the situation?
And this is my probably one of my favorite tricks. This trick was found by Pedro, my co-op partner and one of my friends. And you can simply just get up on the Mac cannon and just kill one of the phantoms that drop down a set of enemies. Again, I don't know why brutes have armor lock, but this needle rifle just tears them to shreds. Yeah. And they have great dodging mechanics. And so the next wave doesn't spawn in until I believe 2 enemies are remaining. defense here. But yeah, 2 enemies, which is a jackal and a brute, so I would have to destroy this guy. And then this guy. It just makes life easier with this mag cannon. It's good that I got one of the chieftains. Alright, and this has no more use of me. I was gonna do it again, the jump, but it doesn't have enough ammo. That is the infamous end fight that is just simply easy to abuse. That is why the concussion rifle is the best jumping weapon. It's just also fairly similar to the brute shot in Halo 3. They do lots of crazy jumps with that. Lots of good wall jumps.
On hot approach to platform Delta. Noble 6, get on that mass driver and clear me a path.
For this end fight here, wasn't a headshot? Alright, there we go. Grab some DMR ammo and basically just YOLO this whole part. They have a very small window of killing you, so that works fairly often.
Cruiser moving into position. I need it dead.
I'm gonna try some risky stuff here. Ah! There we go. That's all the elites. Simple noob combo. I get a checkpoint. I'm gonna grab some health so that I don't die for this little fight. It's not little fight, but like it's fairly easy. Timed correctly. I like to line myself up with this little battery for the mag cannon. As soon as it passes my left rivet, my left middle rivet, then the line, then I get in the mag cannon. Otherwise they don't detect me or anything, and I have a good chance of living. So. And that is Halo Reach done on Legendary. Just one shot to the core, and yeah. We don't count Lone Wolf as a level, by the way, so we just end it there. It's needless to have Lone Wolf. And thank you for the follow, if anyone followed. I think that was a follow notification.